Whoa, 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 what's this? What's this? I don't know. Ooh. No, I don't want this. This isn't the Gladiator I wanted. I want the Russell Crowe version. This is just to build a bit of mood up for the main video, you know, the Rome video. But no, I don't want these. I don't want these people on it. You're ruining it now. I want Gladiator with Russell Crowe, not this one. This is wrong. Oh yeah, this is more like it. Yeah, it's just to set a bit of mood, that's all. Yeah, that's it. Why is the subtitles on? How'd you turn the subtitles? I can never find the button for that. How'd you turn the subtitles off? No, I don't want subtitles. Oh, just forget it. Just forget it. My name is Maximus Collectionus Midgetus, and I will have my full set of Vertigo Swirl albums in this life or the next. No, not really. My name's Midge, a guy in a hat who likes to talk about records. And today's video is sort of like, it's like a travelogue again, where basically I go somewhere different and pick up some records. And I was lucky enough earlier in the year to spend 3 days in Rome. And it was a bit like a whistle-stop city break with the family. And I wasn't really expecting to have time to go to a record shop or pick anything up, but I did. And this is a video about it. But I'll be honest, I've gone a bit Peter Jackson with this one like I do. And it's sort of like, it's going to be split into two. So the first part of the video, it's going to be me, taking you around Rome and showing you the sights and some of the things we saw and giving you some tips and a lot of knowledge about Rome. And I know that's not for everybody, because there's nothing more tedious than somebody sitting there showing you their holiday footage, is there?
This is Uncle Ted, back again at the front of the house, but you can see the side of the house. And this is Uncle Ted, even nearer the side of the house, but you can still see the front.
Which is quite understandable. So if you're not interested in that bit, I'm going to try and timestamp it. So you can either watch the first bit with the touristy bits, or you can skip to the second half, which I'll show you what record shops I went to and what vinyl delights I picked up. So, you know, I'm kind of like that, aren't I? So, yeah, it is a long one, but hopefully you'll enjoy it. It's taken me no end of time putting it together, so I hope you do enjoy it. But anyway, this is Midge and 3 days in Rome. Good evening, I'm Midge, and tonight's programme I'll be showing you the sights, the sounds, and yay, even the smells of Rome. That mainly came about as having too much tiramisu, but anyway, tonight I'll be showing you around this historic city, twinned in the UK with the city of Doncaster, and I'll be showing you the main sights and giving you some tips and some historical information on this amazing city. Pants. It isn't though, Rome's great. This is Rome. It's busy, isn't it? And it's full of traffic, and nobody pays any attention to road signals or road signs at all. In fact, it's illegal not to use your car horn every 10 seconds in Rome. Another thing about Rome is, every corner you turn, there's an amazing building or a fountain or a statue or three. The architecture is incredible, and some buildings are even made of moss. Every single corner street light is made into some sort of religious monument, and they're incredible, and they're on every street. I mean, look at this one, look at that, it's amazing, that's a street light. It's just incredible, they're all over, and this is on a main street. Like, if this was in the UK, it'd have shit gig posters all over it. Every back alley and side street of Rome is full of shops and cafes and bars. Incredible. I did get my throat cut once. You soon learn that Rome has more statues and fountains than it does people. Every corner you turn, there's another statue or another fountain or both. And not only that, you'll see more arses than you'll see on a Piers Morgan programme. I mean, look, there's one there. I mean, that's right in your face. No need for that. And columns, they love columns too. And also, you'll not see as many naked men frolicking in fountains than you would on the last time England played abroad. And they're everywhere. It's just crazy. Oh, more column. They love columns. I mean, who hasn't been found naked in a fountain straddling a trout at some stage of their life? I know I have. It also seems that a lot of their fountains also contain horses for some reason, which seems a bit unsanitary. Imagine the code browns they'll have in those pools. Don't bear thinking about. As in real life, there's always one joker who's got a clown about. Look lads, I'm about to fall in the pool. Now this is an ancient instrument called a gelatophone. 2 bricks of ice cream are placed on sticks and strike an array of lollipops. A tune must be performed before the ice cream melts, and great discipline is needed. Italians are also world leaders in aerial design. I mean, look at this guy. He could pick up Apple TV, Amazon Prime and Sky Movies with that stick, no problem. You walk round another corner and what you get? Another fountain and another column. But look at those other columns. That's an actual temple. You can't believe it. It looks like a Hollywood film set. You get up close to it and you just imagine it to be made of balsa wood and polystyrene. But it isn't. It's an actual temple. But you had to pay to get in it, so we declined, to be honest. And that's me ruining the temple image. So next up, we stumbled upon a church, and this was much better than the temple you've just seen because it was free to get in. And you've got to hand it to the Italians. If there's one thing they know how to do, it's to jazz up religion. I mean, just look at this church. It's absolutely incredible. I mean, I'd love a ceiling like that. Conservatory roof as well, it'd be fantastic. This was a great idea as well to keep the kids busy. Saint Hoopla. You just have 3 rings and you try and throw it. If you get it over the same, then you win a candle. More statues, obviously. And that's how you do religion. LED lights. That's what churches need more of, in my opinion. Get a few LED lights up. Get your deities. Shine up your deities a treat. Look at that dome as well. I asked my decorator friend Alan if he could do that in my front room, but he said it'd take 35 years and 200 gallons of PG Tips tea, so it's just not feasible, to be honest. Look at that ceiling, incredible. My wife's always said she'd love to have a huge organ in the bedroom, but funny though that I've never seen actually play a keyboard. Oh yeah, this is great. This is a vinyl confessions box. So the priest goes in that middle and you go around the side to this grill here and you whisper into it, "Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I've spent too much on record store day." And he lets you off, unlike your wife. Oh, another statue. And yeah, look, more LEDs. That's what you need in a church. Just keeps you interested. Gives it a bit of pizzazz. So this is Braticus, the patron saint of tantrums. You don't mess with him because he's a habit of throwing those grenades at you. And again, look at that ceiling. I mean, this is just showing off now, isn't it? It's just getting ridiculous now. All right, you made your point. You're good at churches, all right? These are ancient paintings depicting record store day. This is a guy collapsing the queue because he sold out of Pink Floyd. Here's another one. I bought the XTC bootleg live set. Yeah, a bit of Latin there. And Rucchiero ran out of walls, he couldn't finish the slogan. At first I thought this was a vending machine that did holy water, which would have been amazing. But it's just, you just put deities on coins. I mean, holy water vending machine would be so much cooler. Some more intricate carving. Amazing. Oh, sorry, love. Oh, it's another statue. And she's got some strength in that arm to hold that child, hasn't she? Yeah, look at that ceiling again. Amazing. Also in the church, they had these sort of like trading cards for like saints and that you could pick up. I'm not sure if it's like a Panini sticker album, but this one that I got was San Giuseppe Maria Tomasi. I think he's patron saint of bedside lamps. And I also got this one, Il Santino Bambino, who I'm guessing is the patron saint of gangster bling. So that was quite cool too. Might start a sticker album next. Let's go surfing now, every saint is learning how, come on Saint Safari with me. And again, another amazing building. I mean, they're around every corner, it's incredible, look at that. When even the meter boxes are friendly in Rome. And I love the phone boxes, they look like decommissioned Star Wars robots. And dandelion artwork, you don't get that in Sheffield, cool. Now these were everywhere. I presume it's a very popular kids cartoon character called David. He's got like sort of big curly hair, a big nose and a very squishy body, but you know that image was everywhere, so it must be popular. So this was the next amazing sight. This is the Trevi Fountain, and again you walk around the corner and it's just there, it just opens up in front of you and it looks amazing. I'm guessing that's Trevi in the middle there. Yeah, there he is, strutting about like Billy Big Bollocks. And you would, to be honest, because look, his fountain's full of horses and men and everything. Ironically, though, this is one of the sites. Look, there he is, strutting around with his mum's curtains on. And ironically, this was one of the sites that we paid to see, but you didn't have to pay. You see that section down there? That's the bit you pay for, because that's the bit you get access to the actual fountain. So the idea is you stand with your back to the fountain and throw a coin over your shoulder. So you have to be careful where you walk because you end up with euros in your eyes if you're not careful. That's more like it. That's the Lego Trevi Fountain, which is just as impressive. And again, that's from the Lego shop. That's all Lego bricks. So yeah, that was free. So yeah. Italians love their ice cream. And there's gelatos everywhere you look. It's no good if you're on a diet. Just one cornetto, give it to me. I'm more of a tiramisu man myself. They even serve tiramisu in McDonald's over there.
And in Paris, you can buy beer in McDonald's.
Look, I'm having another one there. Greedy get. Oh, give it 5 minutes if I were you, mate. It's all that tiramisu. One warning about Rome though, their pigeons are carnivorous. Watch this girl on the right. Look, her reaction saved her there. That pigeon could have taken her head clean off. Anyway, these are the Spanish Steps. I don't know why they call them the Spanish Steps, because they're in the wrong country. I don't know if it's because that's what they're made of. The steps were made in Spain and then brought over to Italy. I don't know. But we didn't go up all the steps because we were knackered. I mean, we spent 3 days there. We must have been walking for 9 hours a day. I'm not going up even more steps. I'm not having it. Anyway, they're the steps. And if you look down here, these are where all the trendy shops are. I didn't go in them. Look, more ruins. In Rome, they just leave their ruins intact and they just build around them. I mean, this is in the city centre. In the UK, they'd knock them down and they'd build a cineplex on that site. Now, this was another highlight. I saw a revolving pope. Why do all popes look like Jim Bowen? For the benefit of overseas viewers, in the UK, Jim Bowen is the patron saint of speedboats. And he presents a quiz show that revolves around darts. And if you look there, it looks like he's about to throw a dart there. Oh, and I met Bob Marley too. I forgot to ask him how he likes his donuts though. Look, yet more columns. This is on the way to the Colosseum. And when I first walked down here, I thought that scaffolding was actually leaning against the Colosseum. I thought they were doing some repairs on it, which seemed a bit cheeky. Yeah, and this is the Colosseum. It's very impressive, isn't it? Yeah, look at that. And plenty of viewpoints on it as well. Yeah, this is a new bit. I don't know if they've done this to show how good Italian builders are now. I mean, that's the Roman builders. Looks a bit shoddy, that bit, doesn't it? And this is inside the Colosseum. Obviously very, very impressive. Great view. It'll look great when it's finished. Hopefully one day a consortium will come in and they'll put a roof on it and fill it full of designer shops. You know, like they did with the Battersea Power Station. But until they find a buyer, it's going to look like this, I'm afraid. Originally, the Colosseum was built for Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris to fight as a backdrop in Way of the Dragon. Last time I saw a scene like this was when my wife discovered how much I spent on records on the credit card. So on a Saturday night in Rome in days of yore, instead of going to the pub or the cinema, they used to come here to the Colosseum and watch gladiators cut each other's heads off. But apparently the pick and mix was more affordable. Obviously we had to pay to get in here and it was well worth it. But things don't change really, do they? Because you have to pay again if you want to go down to the floor. So, you know, they're still stinging you thousands and thousands of years later. I was impressed with the theme in the gift shop too. They even had a hip hop section. Look, you could buy an MF Doom mask. You know the Arc de Triomphe in Paris? Well, the Romans thought, well, we'll have a bit of that as well, so they made their own. No biggie. So across the road from the Colosseum, there was some gardens and there were loads of impressive ruins in there. And look, there's loads down here as well. Loads of ruins. More bloody statues. Can't get away from them here. Oh yeah, that's quite impressive. I'll show you that in a minute. Statues, statues, statues. Yeah, so this is a close-up of, well, I presume it's some sort of stage area where they probably put on gigs. It was probably their version of the Royal Albert Hall. So the Stones probably played here in, I don't know, AD 93. And they're still going strong. And yes, another amazing building. I've got no idea what it's called, but it looks impressive, doesn't it? I mean, I don't know the names of a lot of these places. I mean, you know, I'm not Judith Chalmers. But yeah, they could certainly build them back then, couldn't they? Look at those columns. Now, zebra crossings in Rome. The traffic doesn't stop for you. You have to walk out and hope the traffic stops. Now, if the Beatles had photoed Abbey Road here, they'd be roadkill. Another impressive building. It's, I don't know, it looks like a cake. And look at this. This was absolutely amazing. Another cool building. Look at the detail. Look at the horse aerials on the top. I mean, I presume it's some sort of government building, but look at that. That is amazing. Look at all the intricate statues and the bricks and, you know, just amazing. There's even a statue of a guy compiling his record store day list. And seagulls, they have seagulls here, but they're a lot more respectful. They don't shit on the statues. Speaking of which, more statues. Now, this is the Vatican where the Pope lives, and look at that aerial. Obviously, he has the best aerial in Rome, and you can pick up anything on that. Sky Movies, Sky Sports, and probably Babe Station as well, to be honest. Now, the Pope loves garden centres, and every time he visits one, he buys one of those big plastic statues, and he's become a bit of a collector. Apparently his collection is the largest in the world, as you can see here. They're like Pokemon to the Pope, you've got to catch them all. And he loves columns too. He collects columns. He's got more columns than an Excel spreadsheet. And while we were there, we were lucky enough that the Pope came onto the balcony and he gave me a personal address. Oh, hey, Midge, you can buy as many records as you want. You have my blessing. Woo! Cheers, your popiness. This is one of the many art installations around Rome, and would you stand under that tree? Many people did. I kept looking for a lever that you pulled to release the rock on someone, but I couldn't find it. And that's it. That's Rome.
Well, that's a great holiday.
As long as you avoid the peak weeks of July and August, you can turn up in Tossa without any reservations.
So, as any seasoned obsessive record collector knows, a trip is always a good chance to find some new record shops. I mean, I think if I went to the Amazon rainforest, I'd still be Googling to see if there was any record shops nearby. But anyway, because we were only spending 3 days in Rome, I thought it was highly unlikely that I was going to visit any. I knew there was a lot of record shops in Rome, but, you know, to ask the family to stand outside for 3 hours while they want to look at the Colosseum is probably pushing it a little bit. But amazingly, I did stumble upon a few record shops and even did get a chance to have an hour in Radiation Records, which was amazing. So this next bit of footage, I'll show you some of the shops I found and also the trip to Radiation Records and also what I found. But first, a few tips. When you're digging abroad, it's always best to be prepared, so I brought along my camel, which has record collecting crates attached to help me bring my finds home. Ideal for this scenario. Do your research. I brought along a copy of the Record Collector Rare Record Price Guide so I can look into rare Italian prog and disco gems, and if this girl behind me doesn't stop messing about, I'm going to twat her with it. The first one I stumbled across was in a bookshop. It was like a chain. And I went downstairs and they had a massive vinyl section. I thought brilliant, but it was mainly sort of like mainstream releases and, you know, the standard artists and things. But it was very expensive. It was interesting to look at the Italian new releases. But yeah, not really my thing. It was like a HMV at home and it was quite pricey. So nothing really stood out here, to be honest. Next, I thought I struck gold when I saw this little shop on a back street called the Vinyl Room. And it was okay, it was a tiny shop and it had lots of new releases in it. Again, nothing that, you know, tickled my fancy. It had a small second-hand section, but nothing really that stood out. I'll show you it in a minute. Yeah, so this was some of the second-hand stuff. So if you want Brossa's first album, you're in. And there was quite a few other mainstream artists, Joan Armatrading, but, you know, a lot of the albums you could get at home, so it wasn't really worth picking anything up. That looked interesting. Arrows, never heard of them, but I didn't pick it up. And that was a cool cover as well. No idea what that was. But yeah, a lot of it was stuff that you could get at home. Demis Roussos, Leo Sayer, Mr. Hats would love it in this shop. Loads of Leo Sayer. But nothing that I really wanted to push the button on, to be honest. They did have some interesting stuff on the wall. Multiple copies of Led Zeppelin's In Through the Outdoor with alternate covers, but they were really expensive. And this looked interesting. A Floating Lettuce, Agora Live, €200. Hey VC, Midge here, a guy in a hat that likes to talk about records, and guess where I am? Barnsley? No, I'm in Rome. And look, I found the record shop, Radiation Records. Let's go in and have a look. So yeah, from the outside it looks quite a small shop, but it extends really far back, so it's quite big. So they've got a selection of new releases on the wall. It is quite a small shop, but they pack so much into it. So there's new releases, there's second hand, there's t-shirts, there's memorabilia, a decent second hand section like you can see there, punk, prog, you name it, every genre's covered, Italian disco, t-shirts. Yeah, just a really great selection in a very small space. And yeah, this was a psych and prog. This was all the new reissue stuff. So I did have a quick flick through, but there was nothing really that caught my eye. They were all decent prices, but nothing that made me think, yeah, I'll pick up one of those. Although that looked, I was nearly went for the Blues Bagoos. So this was part of the second-hand section. Guitars and wigs, it might catch on. Yeah, so I had a good flick through all the used vinyl. Some decent prices and some interesting stuff there. I thought that was Robert Plant then. Oh, Moon Martin. I've just got into Moon Martin, so I was quite tempted by that one. But like I say, I really wanted to get something that, you know, you can't really get in the UK. I wanted to try and search for some Italian titles. That was a cool cover. Yeah, and this was the bargain bin, so I thought, oh great, I'll see if there's any obscure titles that, you know, might be worth something in the UK, but they don't care about over here. And I had a good flick through here, just to see if they had anything interesting. And what did I find? Look, these guys again, Sweet Bottom. I showed these recently, you can't get away from them guys. This was the Italian prog reissue section, so these were all brand new, but they were really expensive reissues, and when you don't really know what you're looking for, I wasn't sure whether to, you know, bite the bullet or not, although that cover was amazing. I nearly went for that one, but yeah, they were really expensive, and I didn't want to pick a duffer. And that's me in Rome with my haul, very chuffed. So, back home again. And we've come to what many of you will consider to be the meat and potatoes of the video, or the stuffed crust in this case. And it's what I actually picked up in Rome. So, like I said before, I didn't expect to go record shopping because we're only there 3 days and it's a lot to ask to expect the family to trudge around record shops. But I did get time to go in one, and it seemed to be the best one as well. So this was Radiation Records, and this is the bag for people who like that sort of thing. So yeah, Radiation Records. He gave me a few stickers as well, so that was cool. And great place, as I've said on the video previously. Great range, lots of reissues, new stock, second hand, loads of every genre you can think of. And it was great to go digging in there. It was a great shop, really enjoyed it. And the things I picked up was, when I went there, I thought, I don't want to pick up something that I can get at home unless it's something that's really rare or something that's I've been after for ages. I wanted to get something Italian. So I was looking for some Italian prog or some Italian disco, but which they did have, but a lot of the reissues and stuff were out of my price range. And obviously I didn't want to buy something, get it home and realise it was terrible. You know, the titles I saw I didn't overly recognise, but I had a really good dig around the shop, and I did find a few bits and bobs. I actually saw a copy of an Italian copy of Saturday Night Fever, which I almost picked up just for the souvenir quality of it and the fact that it had the Italian title on it. But I did find a few things. I'm going to show you them now. So second hand wise, I found a copy of the soundtrack from Breaking, and again, this is an Italian pressing. In the not in the UK. I think in some territories it was called breakdance. So in the States, I think it was breaking, but everywhere else it was breakdance. And this was really cheap. I've been after a copy of this for a while, and I've seen a few, but they're quite hard to find, and they also go for a surprising amount of money now. They go for like 30 quid upwards, and this was in the bargain bin, so it was dirt cheap. It's the sleeve's not the greatest, but I was really chuffed to pick up a copy of this, and I wanted a copy really because it's got a great track on it. It's got Breaking, There's No Stopping Us, which is an absolutely amazing track. I love that, like a really old school type hip hop track by Ollie and Jerry. You'll know it. You'll know it if you hear it. And also on the soundtrack, you've got Ain't Nobody by Rufus and Chaka Khan. You've got Freak Show on the Dance Floor by the Bar-Kays, and also a very, very early appearance from Ice-T on some of the tracks. So I've been after that because I love old school hip hop and hip hop culture and stuff like that. So I was really pleased to pick that up. And like I say, it's an Italian pressing as well, so it's breakdance rather than breaking. And just a great soundtrack. Well worth checking out. And it always makes me laugh that the two main dancers in the film are called Shabadoo and the Boogaloo Shrimp. So you can't go wrong with that, really, can you? So Italian pressing of breaking, or breakdance if you prefer. So I was glad to pick that up. Next, a sort of blind buy. This is Saloon Sinclair and the Mother Bear. So this was a band from America. This is from 1968. And that's Saloon and Sinclair. So Robin Sinclair's got a sort of really sort of high-pitched Janis Joplin type vocal. And the reason why I picked it up is because it was on the Cadet Concept label. And it's sort of like an offshoot of Chess, but it was more psychedelic and more sort of 60s influence type bands that they signed. So there was always something a little bit different about acts that were signed to Cadet Concept. There was a bit of a psych twist to them, so I thought this would be worth picking up. And it's like a strange mixture of, I've only heard it a few times, but it's like a strange mixture of psych and acid folk, acid rock, a bit of blue-eyed soul in there. So it's all over the place, really. And the vocals are shared between the two. And like I say, her vocals are more high-pitched, more sort of like acid folk or acid rock type, Joplin-type songs. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. And it was cheap as well, so I thought Cadet Concept, it's got to be worth picking up. So, and also the tracks... the track titles intrigued me. So you've got one called She Kicked Me Out the House After This One and Sitting on a Finger. So if that isn't enough to get you to buy a Psych album on Cadet, I don't know what is. So pleased to pick that up. And now the best one, in my opinion, the best second-hand pickup was an Italian prog band. So I did get one, and it's Liorme or Liorme. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but this was the album Smog Magica. There was a few Italian prog in the second-hand section, but it's really expensive. But this one was in my price range, so I thought I've got to pick it up. And I absolutely love that cover. Absolutely fantastic. It's actually by Paul Whitehead, who did the early Genesis covers. Nursery Crime, Foxtrot, you know the guy. He's done this cover as well, and this cover's amazing. I love the detail in it. But this was recorded in California, which was unusual for them to pick. And the whole concept of the album is about the environment. So obviously you've got the smog of California, and you've got sort of like a green section that's shaped like a woman. So I presume that's Mother Nature. And all the nice bits are within that walled sort of garden. And there's some great details on here as well. There's a little, where is it? Little Playboy mansion there, and a massage parlour. You've got Orm in LA there, And yeah, just love the details in it. So yeah, this is an Italian prog album from 1975. This is their sixth album, I think, on Philips. And yeah, really chuffed to pick this up. I love the inner gatefold as well. There's the band hiding in a privet. I don't really know why. Not judging, but you know, up to no good. So you've got them there and the Italian lyrics in there, and this isn't as highly regarded as some of their earlier albums. This is sort of more like they recorded it in California, and they added a new guitarist for this one, and I think it's more traditional rock sounding than some of their earlier albums. But I've been really enjoying it, to be honest. I really like it, and really pleased to pick it up. And what's great about this inner gatefold is that if you look very carefully on the sleeve, you can actually see them there, and the cameraman taking that picture of them there, which I thought was really cool. And also, it is an original. It's on the obviously on the Philips label, and it also comes with the original poster of the artwork, which is really cool. I mean, that's a great piece of art, isn't it? That's amazing. I love it. But yeah, really pleased to pick that up. Like I say, it's not as highly regarded as some of their other albums, but I think it's because it's more traditional. It's more sort of like a traditional rock album. But yeah, I've been really enjoying that, and it was great to pick up a piece of Italian prog as well. So I was well chuffed to pick that up. So that's Leorm and Smog Magica. I'd gone there, I found some Italian pressings of things, and I had a good look round. But then, fantastic find. They had like a reduced section in the back, and I was just flicking through it, and I thought, this is brilliant. They've got so many sort of psych and prog titles, reissues, at €10 each. So I couldn't leave them sat there. So I picked up a few of those, and I'm really chuffed for this. Really bargain, absolute bargain section. I was really like stoked to find it. It's just right up my alley. So the first one I picked up was a reissue of Brain Tickets. I think it's their second album, isn't it? Yeah, Psychonaut, and this is a Lilith reissue, and they always used to have the CD versions included with the vinyl as well, which was quite a clever idea. But yeah, €10, their second album from 72, I think. It's not as sort of freaky or acid, acid influence as the debut, but it is a great album. So yeah, that's a reissue. Is it on? Oh, that's on Lilith. Yeah, originally on Bellathon. So yeah, €10. That I'm having that all day long. So another one I found, and this was an album that I actually saw an original of last year for £400 on Fontana, and I've spotted this for €10. So it's like €10, 400. I think I'm going to go for the €10 one, to be honest. And this is the self-titled album by Tim Hollier. Gatefold sleeve on Trading Places, who've reissued a lot of psych and prog recently. And again, €10, gatefold sleeve. Couldn't believe it. And I thought, especially after seeing that one for £400 last year, I just thought, yeah, I'm having that. So yeah, really, really pleased to get that as well. Next one, an album that I knew this had been reissued, but I didn't pick it up because the original it's got a really amazing fold-out sleeve, and they didn't replicate it on the reissue, and it sort of put me off a bit. But when I saw it for €10, I thought, I'm going to get it. So this is a self-titled album by Jawbone. This is from 1970. It's a collector's piece because it was issued on a really small label, the Carnaby label, which has got a really cool sort of Union Jack type label on it. And the reason why I held off on this reissue was because this is a fold out sleeve on the original. It's like a poster sleeve, so it unfolded out into this picture on the back. So you've got that little bit there as the actual album sleeve there, and then it folded out, and you had all this and I was really holding out for a copy that replicated that original fold-out sleeve, but they haven't done it on this one, which is a bit disappointing. But originals of that one go for like 3 figures, so I thought it was very unlikely I was going to get one. So until another reissue label hopefully replicates that sleeve, I thought I'll pick this one up. And it's really cool. It's sort of like it's like pop psych, so it's got elements of like the Kinks and Badfinger, and it's really catchy. And yeah, it's a great album. I have heard it a few times, but never thought I'd pick up a copy. But this reissue will do for now. And again, it's on the Trading Places label. So yeah, €10. Yeah, love that. And lastly, another psych album. This is the debut. It might have been a one and done for Paper Garden, who are an American psych band, and this is from 1968, and it's one of those albums where it did absolutely nothing at the time, but over the years it sort of gained a bit of a reputation. So it's quite pop psyche, elements of Sergeant Pepper and all sorts of things like that, and it's psych edge, bit acid guitar in there every now and again. Great sort of cartoony type sleeve. And yeah, it's orchestrated interludes, breezy psych pop, pulled in all manner of directions, often sounds closer to the British psychedelic sound than anything stateside. So yeah, really pleased to pick that up for €10 as well. Just absolute bargain. So yeah, Paper Garden, Jawbone, Tim Hollier, and Brain Ticket, €10 each. Couldn't go wrong. I was like, I was totally overwhelmed by that. Absolutely fantastic. So Radiation Records really came up trumps. So if you're heading to Rome, I think there's a chain of, I think there's a few Radiation Records branches around Rome. So yeah, honestly, have a trip. They've got a really great selection, really great bargain bin, and some great second-hand stuff as well. So yeah, that's my trip to Rome. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, even though it was extremely long and touristy. And yeah, I was really stoked to get those records. So I'm going to have a lot of fun delving into them, and all this prog and psych, it's right up my alley. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Midge out.